Okay, so let's move on to class. So last class we discussed, right? So last class what is how to install so Jenkins plugins, and also we seen, right? So how many ways we can install, and right, what is how to configure upstream jobs and downstream jobs, and also how to create a maven project and all, and how to configure that maven goals, and how to run project. So in same configuration, same setup wherever, if you want to set up even real-time project also, same configuration, same steps, same tools only. So don't. Now first let me connect my Jenkins server. Can you see my screen? So how to open IP address, or we can use a localhost 8080. So localhost 8080, or we can use directly my mission IP address. So this is my username, and so just I enter my password. Okay. So last class already you know how to. This is very interview also. Many people ask the same things, guys. So how to install plugins, and so what are the plugins you installed, which plugins you are using in your current project. Okay, if you want to install any plugin, go to manage Jenkins, just recap it, and go to plugin section and just search. If it is not installed, search here. Already installed, whether it is available or not, search here. If you have any other plugins and all, so that case go to advanced. Now we know, right? So that is if you want to configure any build tools. So if you want to configure any tools like Maven, Ant, Gradle, Java, so any other third party, let's say Salesforce, if you want to integrate any other tools, so what is the options, guys? This is also very important. Many people asked. If you want to integrate any other tools, so where we need to go? Go to dashboard, go to manage Jenkins. So where you have to update, where you need to install. So
Tools.
there is a one tool section. So this is very simple, only tool section. But you need to remember, that's it. Okay, so here whatever you want, so we can add it. And so second, so if you want to install plugins, go to manage Jenkins, and so go to plugins. Now last one or two people they asked, so do we have any experience in how to set up Jenkins server, and how to create jobs, how to configure tools and all? So they are expecting some steps also, right? First you need to install. If you want to install Jenkins server, so if you want to install Jenkins server, what is the first step, guys? First you make sure that Java is installed or not. So Java is installed or not. Once the Java is ready, and so we need to download the MSA file. So that is one way, and the second way also we can do, later we'll see. So once that is, if you run that file, and it is asking, right, port number and plugins, and it is asking so admin that is the default username. Clear? Once that is done, now we can able to create, now we can create your jobs and all. Now come to here, last class already right, how to configure upstream jobs and downstream jobs. Click on any job, and if you want to downstream job, go to downstream job and go to configuration section. If you want to update any step, any configuration, any option, so this is the same. So now here, right, build after other projects are build, build after other projects are build. So here we need to select upstream job project to watch, which project, which job you want to watch. So that job we need to pass here, that job. So my right, my project also we are using same scenario. Just whatever you want. If you don't enable upstream jobs, just uncheck it, just apply, save it. That's it. Now it won't trigger. Now see here, go to stage job, go to configuration section, I don't want enable upstream downstream job, and so that case select this one, unselect, and so save it. That's it. Now it won't trigger anything. Now very important interview also many people are asking. Okay, so there is two options available, guys. Periodic, there is, if you come to configuration section, if you come to build section, these are the two options: build periodically and poll SCM. So most of the cases they asked what is poll SCM. Build periodically means that is based on time, based on date and time, based on specific date, a specific hours, a specific minute when you want to trigger the build. Now observe here, this is my job. Just assume this is my dev job or test or project. This is stage three. Already I have three projects, three jobs. DevOps is the project name. I have three jobs: dev job, stage job, test job. Now, so if you want to run any job, how we are going to run means manually, right? Now, as of now, is there any automatically it will trigger the build? No, right? Suppose I want to trigger this build. So automatically it will trigger the build, or we are running manually
We are
as
running
of now,
manually, sir.
manually. But if we come to real time, mostly we are not going to run manually. This is very, very important. Just remember. Now, first we'll see simple things. Build periodically. So every, I know, you know, right? So every 5 minutes or every Saturday or every weekend, I want to trigger the build. You know, right? So if any specific scenario, every weekend, so we want to run our regression test cases and all. For example, one job, we configure my all project related regression test cases and all. So every weekend, so automatically I want to trigger the build without manual intervention. So no need to do manually. Automatically I want to trigger. So that case, so there is one option is there. Select any job, go to configuration section, and see here there is one option is there. This is very simple only. This is based on requirement. If you want to, we can configure. See here, build periodically. Now, if you see, this is the help. If you want to know more about what is this, and see here, build periodically, and this feature is primarily for using Jenkins cron replacement. So that is a cron replacement. This is build periodically. Now, so if you select this one, now see here, now see here, and this is the schedule. Here we need to pass 5 parameters, guys. Here we need to pass 5 parameters. So here we need to pass 5 parameters. So first see here, if you click on this help, here itself we can understand what are this. First minutes and hours. Next date of month, date of week. Now see here, this is a minute. Minute means you know, right? So 0 to 59. So 0 to 59. 60 means 1 hour, right? So if you want to pass the first one, we need to pass only 0 to 59. Next, if you want to pass hours, how many hours per day? 24 hours. That is nothing but 0 to 24 hours. Whatever you want, we can pass it. Day of month. So maximum month means 31st, right? We can pass 1 to 31st. Month. That is a month. 1 to 12. So 1 to 12. Every year 12 months only, right? Next, day of week. 0 to 7. In between, we need to pass any number. In between, we can pass any number. So if you don't know what is this syntax and all, so already they given multiple syntax here. Now we can observe. See here, every 15 minutes I want to trigger my build. Now see here, every 15 minutes. See here, h slash 15 star 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 represents. What is star means? So every hour, every month, every year, right? For 5 parameters. So what is that? Every hour, every month, and every day. So these are the time. This is every hour, every month, and so every month, every day of every day. So these are the star represents all every day, every hour, and every week, every month. So like now see here, if you want to trigger only every 15 minutes, I want to trigger the build. H slash 15 hours lo 15 minutes. So every 10 minutes in the first half of an every hour. Now see here. every half an hour, first 10 minutes. Now see here, every 10 minutes in the first, like this we can pass also. So this is depends on your requirement, whatever you want, we can configure it. Okay. Now if you observe here, now if you observe here, so what is this? So once every 2 hours, at 45 minutes fast. So like this we can pass it. Now see here, once every 2 hours slot between 8 to 4 p.m. weekday. So they want to execute. So 4 to 8 to 4 p.m. So now see here, 8 to 4 p.m. So this is hours 8 to 4 p.m. That is 16, right? 16 minus 1, 15 by slash 2. That is only weekdays 1 to 5. Once a day at the first and 15th of the every month. If you want to run every month, only 5 and 15th date. Now see here, HH 1 comma 15 and so 1 comma 11 every month. So this is every day. Star represents every day, day of week. So like this we can pass whatever you want. So that is based on your requirement we can give. Now simply I am going to execute this one, guys. First one, let me see here. So I want to trigger my build every 5 minutes or every 2 minutes. 5 minutes means time waste, right? So every 5 minutes, h slash 2, every 2 minutes. Next star hours. Next day, month, day of week. Star, remaining star. What is star represents every week, every day, every week, every month. Next every hour. Now see here. Now what is this meaning? First means minutes, right? First minutes within the 0 to 59. So every 2 minutes I want to trigger my build. Next hour, every hour, that is continuously, and month also, that is the date, day of week, everything. I given star, right? Continuously it is running. Now let me save it. Now clear, guys. Now what is here? Every 2 minutes I want to trigger my build. That's it. So every 2 minutes only I want to trigger. Remaining star I given hours, month, day of week, everything I given star. Now if you observe here, save. Now which build? Dev hyphen. This is DevOps hyphen dev job, guys. Here. Now if you see here, so this is the 38 job now. This is the build number 38 as of now. Now just observe. Yesterday it is trigger only, right? 12. Now today date is 13, right? I am not going to configure anything. After 2 minutes automatically build will trigger. No need to do anything. No need to do anything. Okay. So if you want to configure like this, so this is the build periodically. So mostly we are using real time poll SM, guys. But we'll see whether it is a trigger or not. Click on this. And so if you see here, after 2 minutes automatically it will trigger the build. Just wait. This is the poll. This is the build periodically. Anyone any doubt, guys? Here go to job, go to configuration. So go to configuration. So go to configuration. So this is the build periodically. Okay. So that is based on we need to pass 5 arguments. So what is this? Hours, minutes, hours, minutes. So if you don't know anything, just click on the help. Click on the help. Here we can understand hours. Next, see here. This is the minutes, hours, day of month. Next month, day of week. These are the 5 arguments. So these are the 5 arguments. And if you want to pass specifically which hour and which day and which week and which month, that is if you want to, we can filter it. So we can configure whatever you want based on your requirement. So what, this is the whole scenario. Now now got it, guys. So first one is so minutes, second parameter hours, third day of month, fourth month, fifth one day of week, day of week. So these are the 5. Star means every day, every hour, every minute it will trigger. That is. Now come to here, leave this and come to this. Now see here. So earlier it is 38, right? Now see here, build is trigger or not? 717, 39 build. Did I create manually? Did I run manually? No, right?
No,
Now
sir.
observe here. No. So if you want to trigger your build specific date and time, periodically, continuously. So that case we should go for so build periodically. That is mostly we are using if you want to any specific date and time, if you want to run your build, so that case we go for build periodically. There is one more option is there. This is very very important. So most of the cases we are using this one, poll SCM. This is one more option is there, poll SCM. So this is a poll SCM. Poll SCM means see here, I don't want run periodically at a specific date and time, automatically it will trigger. If we based on requirement we can configure. Some jobs I don't want a trigger periodically. If any changes happening my repository, so that case only I want to trigger the build. This is very very important, guys. Interview also many people they are asking. So what is build? What is poll SCM? So this is the repository. I hope everyone know. This is your repository. Your source code and all available here. Don't confuse. Same story. This is my repository. This is my project. This is my repository, right? This is the SRC source code. And so just assume here I are using a development branch. And so here I configure Jenkins server. And also I configure build tool Maven. So next we'll see. We need to deploy Tomcat server and all. We'll see later. So for the time being, so just I am coming here. Okay. Now this is your repository, central depot, and this is your build tool. This is a CI/CD tool, right? CI/CD tool, continuous integration. Now we configure a Jenkins. We can use any tool, guys. Same story. This is Jenkins, and this is a build tool, Maven. Already I configure build tool. Now with the help of Maven, and so now we are calling. We are generating. We are generated, right? So this is the artifact files generated here. Artifact files. So here it is generated var file, correct? Now, as of now, we are running manually. As of now, we are running manually only. Now, what is my issue here? This is the repository, right? So, repository means so developers working parallelly in repository, correct? So, developer, testers, DevOps engineers, many resources. So, they are working parallelly. This repository. If any changes happening in your repository, automatically I want to trigger the build. Otherwise, I don't want. This is very very important. Real time mostly we are configuring only full SCM. If there is no changes in my repository, I don't want to trigger the build. If any changes come to my repository, so that case only I need to trigger the build. Now got it, guys? Build periodic means even if you are not pushing, even if you are not modifying, so that specific date and time, automatically your build will trigger. That is the build periodically. Got it, guys? Anyone any doubt what is build periodically? What is this? Even if you are not modify based on your configuration, that specific date and right time, automatically build will trigger. That is the build periodically. Clear? Here anyone any doubt? Build periodically. So yes or no?
Clear, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
If you suppose if you are not to change anything in your repository, so particular date and time automatically build will trigger
That is, build periodically means even though the source
continuous.
code has not been changed, it will
Correct. Exactly.
automatically trigger. If it
Correct.
is go for poll CM, only if any changes occurred in the GitHub or the central repository, then it will
Yes.
trigger.
Correct. Correct. That's it. That is my that is the requirement. Why I need to build? Why I need to trigger the build without changes? No use, right? If any changes come to my repository, Jenkins server keep on monitoring our repository. It is scan the new code, integrating that is new changes to existing changes, and it is trigger the build, and it is generating the artifact file. So that case we should go for poll SCM. So this is the repository. if any change, if any developer, what Jenkins will do. So this is the flow. So now I am going to configure poll SCM. Here I'm going to configure poll SCM, poll SCM. So what is poll SCM means? Now here I'm going to configure. So this is the here I'm going to configure same I'm going to configure H2 star 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 star. What is this meaning? So every 2 minutes. So once if any changes come to my repository, after 2 minutes I want to trigger the build. That's it. Here I configure poll SCM. So Jenkins server keep on monitoring your repository, keep on scanning your repository. If any new changes come to my repository, after 2 minutes, Jenkins trigger the build with the help of Maven, and it is generating the artifact file. Suppose if there is no changes come to my repository, it won't trigger any build the whole day also. For example, today no one is pushed any changes to repository. There is no build today. Tomorrow only they push new changes. Only it will trigger build only tomorrow. After, if any changes come to my repository, after 2 minutes it will trigger the build. Now got it, guys? So anyone any doubt here? Now
No,
clear.
sir.
This is very important. So my project we are using 5 minutes. If any developer push my changes to my repository, after 5 minutes, so my job will trigger automatically. So but 5 minutes means time, right? Time is right. That is the reason here I given two, and I am going to enable poll SCM. I am going to find. So these are the developers. Now this is just assume developer, tester, whatever it may be. Try to understand concept is very simple only, but you need to understand. For example, developer, tester, or DevOps engineer, multiple people working parallelly. Correct? Now, if anyone push any changes to repository, after 2 minutes, Jenkins trigger the build. If no one is if there is no changes, if no one is pushed anything to repository, there is no changes. There is nothing. So that time it won't trigger any build the whole day also. Okay. If any, for example, developer push some changes to repository, he modified some file or created some file, he modified something. Now he pushed some changes to repository, right? What Jenkins will do? So he pushed. Now Jenkins find some changes come to repository. Now after 2 minutes, it will uh, again it will trigger the build, connect to repository, get the latest code, and with the help of Maven, it is trigger the build and it is generating artifact file. This is the latest changes. Now we can see. Here anyone any doubt? If it is clear, so let's go to practically how it will work. Clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay,
So
perfect.
only when changes occur, it will work. That's it, no, sir.
Correct. Only one point. If any changes occur in repository, only build will trigger. Otherwise, it won't trigger any build. But what about build periodically?
It will
If there
trigger
is
trigger
based
periodic.
based on your configuration, when you
Yes.
want to trigger specific date and time, automatically it will trigger. If you push any changes to repository, it will trigger. That is not matter even push or not push. So based on that your configuration, based on your configuration, specific date and time, automatically it will trigger. But not like that poll SCM. If any changes occur in our repository, if any changes come to your repository, Jenkins server keep on monitoring your repository. If any changes happening, and it is get the latest code from my repository, and with the help of Maven, it is trigger the build, and finally it is generating the artifact file. This is nothing but latest artifact file. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let me come to see here. Now, so this is the just assume any one repository, GitHub. Now I am connected to GitHub. So now come to here. So repository. Whatever build you want, we can take it anything whatever you want we can. Okay, let me create one new job. Go to here, leave these changes and new job. Now I'm going to give, just for our test purpose, I'm giving a pole SCM and Maven project or freestyle project. I am selecting Maven project only. And so come to here. So first let me configure Git. Which repository you want to configure? I'm going to configure Maven or whatever, that is your wish, guys. So anyway, artifact files and all here only, right? Here up Maven we are using. Select whichever branch, test, dev, feature, whatever. For example, I want to trigger a development or feature branch. Okay, whatever you want. Feature also is there, right? So copy this one URL and come to here. This is your repository and add your credential. Add your credential and what is the branch name, guys? So not master, feature. If any changes come to only feature branch, not master. Okay, that's it. Next. So now come to here. Now we need to enable. This is not no need this one. Now come to here poll SCM and so when you want to trigger, if any changes come to my repository after 2 minutes, to star space star space star space star. That's it. Now the done. Now go to here. Now invoke top level maven and select which version you want to trigger the build, which maven. Which maven you want to trigger. So I want to trigger 3.8 and what is the goal? Okay. So whatever you want, we can pass it clean package. That's it. Now this is the first step, guys. So I created one job. I created one job. Here anyone any doubt, guys?
Yes.
So now I'm clicking manually build now. Now see here. If see it is connected to my repository, it is getting latest code and all. This is the same story. Normal. This is the regular process. So now I am not going to push any changes to this repository. So it won't trigger any build. It won't trigger any build. What is poll SM? If any changes to repository only, it will trigger the build. Correct? Now see here. Just wait. If you want to, we can check it. Now 7:30, right? Now time is 7:30. So 7:32 also it won't trigger any build. 7:40 also it won't trigger any build. Even so 12 also no, it won't trigger any build because if there is no changes, no changes. No changes, right? No changes come to repository. Now what I'm going to do? So which repository I configure, guys, here? Now observe here. So this is right. This repository feature, right? Now clone this. Just assume I am the developer or you are the DevOps engineer. Now copy this URL. Very simple. Copy this link. Now I am the developer. This is the local workspace. Okay. Now I'm creating clone this code to my local machine. If you want to check with poll SCM, so these are the steps, guys. Directly it won't work. So we need to configure job. Now I'm going to clone the project. So this is the repository and so this is here new folder maven application branch name. Which branch, guys? Feature branch. Just to clone it. That's it. Close. Remain later. This is my local. So this is my local workspace. So this is your central workspace. Correct? Here anyone any doubt, guys? This is your central workspace. Correct?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
so now code is available local. Now source code is available local. Now source code is available local. Now suppose I am not going to change anything in my local. I am not going to push anything. Suppose if I am not push anything, so Jenkins will trigger the build or not? It won't trigger any build. Correct? Because I configure poll SM. Because I configure poll SM. This see here. This development job. I configure. So see here. How many jobs it is trigger? Already I enable, right? Build periodically. Every 2 minutes automatically it will trigger the build. Every 2 minutes it is automatically trigger the build. So now I'm going to disable this one. That is space waste. Go to configuration. Now see here how many builds. Every 2 minutes one build will trigger. Now what I need to do, I am disable this one. Disable means unselect, save it, or else continuously it is triggering every 2 minutes. Now come to here. This is the whole SM job, and so right now only one build is triggered. Now what I am going to do, just assume I am the DevOps engineer. I am working same project and feature branch. I am working feature branch. Now anyway already I configure feature branch, right? Now I am going to modify something locally. So now this is a Jenkins file, or I am going to modify it this is a form.xml file also. Whatever you want, we can modify, edit, and so here I am using. So here I am using some space. I am removing space also. Whatever you want, we can do it. That is simply I am removing this space and all. That's it. This is also modification, correct? So or if you want to, we can add any and all. Just I remove the space and all. Control S, save. Now see here, this file is modified. This file is modified. Now I am using GUI, guys. I am using GUI. Or you can use, if you want to, we can use CLI also. Now already I have GUI, right? Now see here, local file was changed. Now how to push it, this file? How to push this file? So if we have CLI, we know, right, all commands. Now I am using GUI. Right click and so go to here, and there is an option. See here, git commit. See, git commit message. Okay, updated form.xml file. Just I given comment message. This is a message. And what is the file? This file. And push and commit and push. That's it. Now I did some. What is this? Invalid username password. Picture origin invalid anything. I am using same ID, right? Maybe the token it is changed. Or let me try console also. Wherever you want, we can update. Right click. So here, git bash. So ls and so feature branch, git status. All that is done, right? So git log hyphen one line. So updated form.xml file. This is the head commit ID, and I am trying to push it. Git push origin feature, feature feature. Now it is asking token ID. Let me come to here. My token ID available here. Git. Here I have my token ID. Edit. This is my token ID. Copy this token ID, and I am coming to here. Token. Just paste it. Sign in. That's it. I pushed. Now what's the time, guys? 19:37, right? That is meaning 7:37. Now just wait 2 minutes. So automatically build will trigger. That is the whole story. Now got it, guys? Anyone any doubt here? Now observe here. Go to your job and see here. It is started 7:30 only build trigger. Now just now I pushed some changes to repository. Just now I pushed some changes to my repository. What Polisium, what Jenkins will server will do?
Any changes in the source code,
Yeah.
then
Now some changes come to my repository, right?
yes,
So
sir.
Jenkins keep on monitoring your repository. Now some changes come to my repository. Now Jenkins no. Okay, some changes come to my repository. So it will scan this repository and it is trigger the build. Now just wait 2 minutes. So automatically build will we can see. Now this is 38, right? So 39, so particular seconds automatically build will trigger. Suppose if there is no changes, there is no change, new, there is no, nothing is happening in my repository. No changes come to, no new changes come to my repository. So it won't trigger any build. It won't trigger any build. Now got it? That's it. So mostly real time we are following this one only. We are configuring only this one only. Without changes, why I need to trigger my build every time? That is waste, right? If any changes come to my repository, if someone is push any new changes to repository, so that time only I want to see here, observe here, build started or not. See guys, Jenkins start the build or not?
It
Hello,
started, sir.
started. So this is the scenario we are following. In real time, mostly we are following. Suppose, okay, that's it. Today I am not going to push anything. So it won't trigger any build next. Suppose the next day, again I am going to push some changes. If you push any changes to repository, after 2 minutes, automatically Jenkins will start the build. Jenkins will start the build, and see here, this is the CA, right? Already new changes come to repository. Already we have source code. Now new changes come to repository. With the help of new source code, with the help of new changes, it is trigger the build, and finally it is generating the new artifact file. New artifact file. See here, this is the latest. This is the latest, right? Now observe here. So this is the latest. Where is that path? So under the, this is the path, right? See, program file Jenkins, here it is generated. Anyone, any doubt guys here? Now I pushed, so now DevOps engineer, he updated the code. So he pushed new changes, he updated the file pom.xml file. He updated pom.xml file. He updated pom.xml file. What Jenkins will do? Jenkins keep on checking repository. Some changes come to repository. Now what it will do? It will trigger the build. Already new changes come, and so it is integrate the CI, nothing but continuous integration, right? Already we have source code. Already we have some changes. Now it is integrating these changes to existing, and it is triggering the build, and new artifact file will generate with the help of Maven. So this is happening in real time. So mostly we are following this is. I hope now we got it right. What is poll SCM? What is build periodically? Build periodically means based on your configuration, specific date and time, automatically build will trigger. What is poll SCM? If any changes, if any new changes come to, if any new changes occur on repository or comes to repository, only that case Jenkins will start the build, and it is generating the artifact files. That's it. If there is no new changes come to repository, there is no build. Now got it guys? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Anyone, any doubt here? This is very, very important. In interview also many people are asking the same question. So what is pole SCM? And so what is the, so how it will work? Now see here, the build was trigger what time? And so this is the trigger, it is 7:39. Now 7:42, right? Now 4 minutes, 7:39. Now total 3 minutes done. Build is trigger or not? No, because
No,
there
sir.
is no changes, right? Now again I am going to push some new changes. Now observe here, I am going to push some new changes. I am going to update Docker file. Anything, just I need to update some file. Edit or any file. Already this is a config file is there, Jenkins. I am going to update a config file, anything. So now see here, full SCM. Okay, for given one file, right? Full SCM. Control S. Now open it, same thing, right click, git bash. Now we can check, so git status. Now file modified, right? See here, config.txt. Now how to add it? Git add. Now git commit. Now stick the status, git status. Now git commit -m updated. Okay, config. Now git log. If you want to check it, we can check it. One line. Now see here, this is the head commit, latest commit, updated config file. Now finally I'm going to push it. Git push. Now suppose if you are not pushing, guys, suppose up to I did commit only, but so I forgot to push file. Now Jenkins trigger the build?
No, sir.
No, because so there is no changes in central repository, correct? Only local you committed. If you want to update central repository, we need to push it. Suppose if you forget to push the code, now it won't trigger any build. Now remember, now I am using git push origin feature branch. Now observe here, now 7:45, right? So 7:47 automatically build will trigger. That's it. That is the simple story. Now if you have any doubt, we can ask. So anyone any doubt, guys? Now in poll SCM, this is very important. In my project, so we are using, we are following 5 minutes. That is based on your, that is based on project. So that is no worry. So whatever you want, we can configure it. Okay. We are following, so this way. So we are using after 5 minutes only, my build will trigger. This is my project configuration. Now clear, guys? Anyone any doubt? So what is poll SCM and how it will work? Simply remember, if any changes come to repository, automatically Jenkins will trigger the build. Otherwise, it won't run any build. That's it.
My favorite
Clear or
song.
not? Clear, guys?
Yes,
What
sir.
about others?
Sir. Sir.
Yes,
What
sir.
Manjunath? Clear?
Clear, sir.
Okay. This is very important, guys. Try to practice. So if you want to work with Polysem, we need one job. We need one job, and right, and local, get the code, get the source code to in local machine, and modify the code and push to repository, so we can check it. Otherwise we cannot check it. We cannot uh, we cannot test it. So we need source code and we need modify the source code, so then only build will trigger. Otherwise it won't trigger any build. I hope you got it right. So still anyone any doubt? Now go to here. What is that? Now any project, any job. Now go to here. Where is this my job? This is right, poll SCM, and go to configuration section. Now there is one more option is, guys. So there is a one more option also is there. I will show you later. There is a, see here, build when a changes is pushed to Bitbucket, and see GitHub hook trigger git SM polling. There is one more option also is there. I will show you. So this and all we need to enable in repository side, not in Jenkins side. If you want to enable repository side, so there is a one more option also is there. There is one more option also is there. Go to a repository. Here we need to update. I will show you later. Okay. So that is also one. Interview also one or two people they asked, what is difference between poll SCM and poll SCM and what is that? So Git webhooks. Webhooks. If you go to here, so here specific project, go to settings, go to settings. Here there is one option is there. uh, web hooks. See here, web hooks. If we click on that, web hooks allow external services to be notified when certain events happen. This is also same, but this is configure repository side. Whole SCM configure Jenkins server.
Jenkins
Jenkins
side.
side.
Jenkins
Jenkins
side.
server. So very important, guys. Remember, just please note it. So many people asked, what is difference between Pole SCM and Webhooks? Very simple. Pole SCM we will configure server side, Jenkins server. Webhooks we are going to configure repository side. Now got it? That is very simple answer. That's it. Okay. I will show you later how to configure and all. Okay. So this is the webhooks. Now already I configure somewhere. Or see here, delete this one. And if you want to, we can. It is asking password. But try it. This is also very important question. Many people they asked. So there is two options, right? So what is difference between Pole SCM and Webhooks? Pole SCM we are going to configure Jenkins server side, Jenkins only. But Webhooks we are going to configure particular repository, Add Webhooks, and so here we need to give. So this is right context. This is path and all, and which changes. See here, just only push event or send anything or whatever. There is many options available here also. So that is based on requirement. We can add it. Based on requirement, we can add it. So this is the payload URL. Payload URL. So we need to give. We need to give payload URL. Your Jenkins server, that URL and all. So based on this, it will work. Based on this, it will work. Just warly remember. So what is difference between whole SCM and whole SCM and webhooks? Now clear, guys. Whole SCM we are going to configure Jenkins server side. Webhooks we are going to configure
Repository
Repository.
side.
repository side. That's it. They won't ask anything apart from this. So, but this is very many people asked. Just I imagine. Okay. Anyway, next class I will show you. So we need to do something, and now simple we'll see. Now we know this one, build periodically. After build trigger remotely. This is if you want to run your build other machine, so that case we need to do it, leave it mostly, that is your requirement. Build whenever snapped on, this is default options. Now mostly in this section, so poll SCM and build when changes push to repository, and so GitHub trigger and git SCM. This is the git SCM polling. Now even here you can understand, when Jenkins receives GitHub push hook, GitHub plugin checks to see the whether the hook came from the GitHub repository or not. So based on this only it will work. Based on this only it will work. So this is the plugin, guys. GitHub plugin. This is the GitHub plugin. With the help of this plugin only, this it will trigger. It will trigger. So anyone any doubt here? Now go to configuration section, and apart from this, here we are using. I am disable that one. Apply, save, and go to configure. Now full SM, and these are the basic options. Now see here, delete workspace before build start. These are the same, guys, very simple only. You can also try it. So this, where is your workspace, guys? How can I find my workspace? So this is my build, right? This is my job. So what is the default Jenkins workspace? In here also many people they asked. Anyone? What is the default Jenkins workspace? Windows. Linux is different. Windows is different. What is the default workspace? Anyone? Old. Hmm.
Sir.
Suppose if you don't know, go to here. So default, click on any job, click on build, and so now we can find console output. This is the build workspace, guys. C colon program data Jenkins dot Jenkins workspace, and these all are your job names. Now if you want to, we can go and check it. Copy this path. Here we can see all jobs names and all. Window E, and just paste it. Now see here, this is the dev job, whole SM job, stage job, and test job. This is temp only. Leave it. If you want to, we can delete or else leave it. Okay. So this is the default workspace. This is the default workspace. In Linux, variable lib, Linux. What is the default workspace in Linux?
Where with Jenkins.
Where
Dot.
lib Jenkins workspace. Where lib Jenkins workspace. So many people asked, just remember. Okay. So Windows different path, Linux a different path. Okay. So don't confuse here. So now come to here. Now we'll see this is the basic steps. We'll finish it. Go to configuration. These are the, you can also, we can try it, nothing. This is very simple only. Trigger build, where is this? This one, right? Delete workspace. Delete workspace before build start. We can understand, right? So now see here, where is that path, window E, and I pasted here. This is right. Now see here, timestamp, dev job. See, 13/7, so 17:33. 7:33 build trigger, right? Now, before if I select this option, apply save. Every time it is deleting the workspace and again it is recreating. Build now. Now see here. So what is this meaning? Before trigger the build, it is deleting existing workspace and it is recreating it. It is recreating. That's it. So that is the meaning. So that is the meaning. If you go here, so delete workspace before trigger the build. So that is, see, delete workspace before build start. If build is started before, it will delete the workspace and again it will recreate. This is very simple only. Now if you want to, we can check parameters and all. So this and all no need. So mostly we won't use, just I am showing. Now I will show you later this one and add timestamp. Now see here, this is my job, right? If you come to build, can you see any timestamp, guys, here? When build was started, when build was ended, can you see any timestamp here? No. I want to add timestamp. This is my build. So now here I can't see when started, when it is going to end. I want to see how much time also. So that case, go to job, go to configuration section. Under configuration section, there is one option. Where is that option? So add timestamp. Add timestamp to the console output. Save. Now see here, build it. Now this is the new build, right? 39, 49. Now see here, timestamp also we can see here. Earlier we can't see. It is started 19:56, 23 seconds. Now the build ended. See here, 19:56, 30 seconds. So how many seconds it took? Total 7 seconds, correct? 9:56 started, 23 seconds, and 9:56, 30 seconds it is ended. Now got it, guys? This is a timestamp. Just for console, if you want to see timestamp and all, so just we can add it. Just we can add it. These are simple options only. So that is a baseline requirement. We can enable it. Now go to here. So timestamp. Now see. Now inspect build log. And if you want to scan any, right, swan or cube code quality, so that case leave it. Terminate build if struck. If build is not running, so I want to terminate that build. So see here, absolutely. So when we want absolutely, deadline and elastic, likely struck, no activity. So now that case we can select it. Sup- Suppose if you want to work with ant, suppose if you want to work with ant, so now we can use ant also. Now we can use ant also. So this is one option. Or directly we can, here also there is one more option. So see here, if you come to here, here also invoke ant, one more option also is there. We can use anyone. See
Sir,
here,
screen
ant,
not changed, sir.
Screen is work
not
stuck, sir.
change. Wait. Again I'm stopping. Again giving same screen and type. Now is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see here, this is a maven, right? Here also there is one option is there, invoke ant. Suppose your build tool is ant, and that case we can select here, or else here also there is one option. If you want to work with ant also. So this is the option. So before work with this ant, first we need to configure tools section. Right? So how to configure a build tools and all. So first we need to go to dashboard, go to manage Jenkins. First go to tools. Here we need to add that ant versions and all. Otherwise it won't work. See here, right now there is no ant. Click on ant, and so we need to give ant name and which version we want to work with. And these are the versions. This is the latest version. And so my current project we are using so 1 point we are using this version 1.8. This version we are using. So now we need to give, anyway we'll see later. For the timing, leave it. So these are, there is many ways we can do it. So here also this is one option. Where is that? So go to project and go to configuration, job, configure, and if you want to work with ant, there is one option is there. What is that option? With ant. With ant. If you want to work, see here, prepare an environment for Jenkins to run builds using Apache ant. So if you want to configure any ant related, if you want to run so build tool ant, so that case we can work with this one. These are very simple only. So mostly we won't use this one. If you want to, we can work, we can enable any one option, we can enable anything, we can enable anything. But in this section, build section, so these are the very very important poll SCM. And the next class I will show you how to enable webhooks and all. So that is I'll see now time, right? So I will show you next class. These are very important. Apart already this is yesterday we done, right? Build after other projects are built. This section is very simple only. And so now this is the build steps. Here also we can add many steps. See here. So already you know this one. And this is invoke ant. If you want to work with Gradle and work with Maven, and this is work with timeout and all. Whatever you want, we can use it. Okay, next class we'll see. This is the post build action. Post build is nothing but once the build is succeeded, what we need to do. That is the post build action. Post means after build. I want to send email. So that things and all we are going to configure here. These are the post build actions. Email notification and right. So running a JUnit test results report and also see here there is delete workspace once build is done. And there is a Java document JUnit build other projects and artifact files. So these are the post build actions. Here name itself we can understand. Post build action means once build is succeeded, which action we want to perform, which action we want to execute. So mostly email and so code quality. So that and all we are going to configure here. That and all we are going to configure here. So anyway,
Sir, if
we'll see
build
next
is
class.
failed,
Yes,
sir, if build is failed, then also we need to communicate, no, sir?
yes, that is the email notification. Next coming classes, I will show you. So even build success and build fail, we are not getting any email, right? So, but real time that is very very important. Whether build is success or whether build is fail. So that case we are getting emails. But as of now, I didn't configure anything. And coming classes we'll see. Okay, guys, clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.